The following presentation contains content that some individuals may find sensitive or distressing.
At the crossroads of existence where the realms of the living and the dead converge, there lies a haven, the Crossover Tavern. Within these walls, destinies are etched, and the scales of justice measure the souls of the departed. But beware, for not all tales are meant to be embraced. Some will send shivers down your spine and make you question the very fabric of existence. Step into the world of Eneron, where legends are born and mysteries are laid to rest. Embrace the unknown, for every fable shared holds a secret that may change the course of eternity. Welcome to Fables from the Forgotten. Greetings, travelers of tales and seekers of shadows. Welcome back to Fables from the Forgotten. I'm Bailey Martin. Before we kick off Season 2, I'd like to take a moment to thank each and every one of you, our faithful listeners and curious newcomers alike. Your support and enthusiasm help us to breathe life into these tales, and for that, we are endlessly grateful. If our stories have sparked your imagination, stirred your fears, or left you craving more, we invite you to show your support. Please like, subscribe, and follow us on all our channels to keep the fables alive and discover every new story as it unfolds. Now, settle in, steady your heart, and listen close to our next tale. Magnum Opus.
Salutations, dear listeners, and a welcome return, though perhaps you may feel differently. Within these shadowed halls of fate, a palpable silence has pervaded. Aerith and Oregon, bound by an eternal existence unyielding to the ravages of time, falter in the face of shifting currents.
Oh, must you go on, Alabaster?
At least he is making use of this idle day, dear husband. What have you to show for your efforts?
You're right, dear. My apologies. Continue, Alabaster.
As the Eternals find themselves unsettled amidst the winds of change, so too the topic of time hangs heavy upon my thoughts, weaving a tapestry of what may have, or rather, what should have graced our halls. In this quietude, I am compelled to consider the path that lay before me. Perhaps the time is ripe for me to... It appears our next patron approaches, his timing perfect. Destiny, it seems, is at hand. Let us await his entrance with bated breath, for within this next moment may lie the key to my next great adventure.
Where are they? Come on, where? A drink, just the thing.
The humble face barging into the Crossover Tavern does little to recommend him. But his loot appears to be masterfully crafted, and what's this I see? His vibrant attire bears more than a few scorch marks, trailing wisps of smoke, a haunting echo of his journey. A melody of mystery surrounds this one as he steps into our realm. One can only assume he is a bard, helping himself to our finest vintage.
The nerve on this one.
Drinking straight from our stores without even asking permission. He hasn't even acknowledged our presence.
Nice.
Wait, my love. I'm intrigued enough to let the slight pass. For now.
Truly, my dear. Well, if you insist, it seems I'm doomed to suffer the remainder of my eternity with unpredictability. He could at the very least remove his mouth from the bottle long enough to explain himself.
That's the ticket. What is that? It's like tasting the passion of a warrior, or the rare vintage of a mother's undying love. Oh, how rude of me. Would you like a taste?
Oh, mortal, you are a welcome diversion. Still, my patience has limits.
And extinguish yourself for the love of all that's sacred. You're not doing yourself any favors by desecrating the very air we breathe.
Oh, no need for alarm. Just throwing in a bit of dramatic flair for my grand entrance. Never hurts to make a bit of a splash. Or, smoke. Fenwick, milady, my lord. Humble in origins, but rich in stories.
A storyteller? How splendid! Indeed, we are not so different, for I too revel in the tales spun from the fabric of life.
Speaking of fabric, enlighten us on how you've come to be in this state, bard.
And while you're at it, explain why you so brazenly help yourself to our spirits. Privilege has its limits, especially in the crossover.
I beg pardon for the audacity. Seducing a dragon ain't a walk in the park. I simply had to celebrate. As for the charred attire, well, they demand a tale all of their own.
And all I've done for want of wind to memory now I can't recall. So fill to me the parting glass. Good night and joy be to you all.
Hey Willa, I'll give you 5 gold to piss off.
Oi, not ye again. I lost a fair bit of gold the last time on account of the tavern brawl your playing started.
What? How was I supposed to know that would happen?
'Twas a fight song you were playing.
Oh, shit, he's almost done eating. Willa, come on, I'll double it. Willy, nilly, come on, Willy, come on. You won't make half that playing all night.
Here at the Gale's End. Damn if you're not a daft man. Anyone ever tell you that? It'll be the death of ye. Oi! Shut your holes, I don't care which one it is, as long as you give a lass a moment's peace. I'm taking a wee break, so lend your ears to the next talent gracing our stage. The travelling troubadour, the simpering songwriter, the melodic minstrel, and my fanatical friend, Fenwick. Now somebody bring me a pint. Play something calming for the love of the gods.
I gave a nod. Wasn't a half bad idea, and I had just a tune for it. I searched the crowd for the maestro as I tuned my lute. Surely the maestro would be taking notice of me this time. With every string I tightened, I felt magic stirring in the air. This was the moment I'd lived for. I'd been after the maestro in his Symphony of the Stars for months, watching and waiting for a chance like this. Last time a bleeding Egypt spilt his pint on the maestro just as I'd begun to play. He'd upped and left, shutting the door on what could have been my grand chance. But not this time. Maestro Bertrand was relishing his meal in this tranquil tavern, while I played the song he was always destined to hear.
In days of yore, in a village small, lived a humble bard, not few at all. He strummed his lute in the tavern's light, singing songs of fate through the long, long night. Oh, the bard who sang to the moon and stars, sacrificing life and love, he bears the scars. For his one true joy in his heart does burn, is to hear your tales and be heard in return. He wondered.
Finally, the maestro looked up from his plate to watch my performance. In fact, I had the whole tavern in my hand now. Look at them all leaning in, ears perked up like wolves scenting a breeze.
I a destiny greater than fortune and fame, a blazing soul with an everlasting name.
Wait, what's he doing now? Why is he... He's pushing away from the table. No, don't you dare finish that meal. No, wait. Keep playing, Fen. He can still hear you, he can.
Oh, the bard who sang to the moon and stars, sacrificing life and love, he bears the scars. For his one true joy in his heart does burn, is to hear your tales and be heard in return. Oh, the bard who sang to the moon and stars, sacrificing life and love, he bears the scars. For his one true joy in his heart does burn, is to hear your tales and be heard in return. My tavern's glow, his fate was sealed. In dark of night, his truth revealed. Where hope won't shine and shadows play, his greatest song awaits the day. For only in flames will his name inspire, as he finds his fame and shares the fire.
By the gods, they were clapping like mad. But with all of them standing, I couldn't see a hair of Maestro Bertrand in the sea of faces. Just like that, my heart sank into my boots. Was it not enough? Was I still just a shadow, destined to dance at the edge of greatness? Right, Fen, put up your britches. If you don't go after him now, you're the bleeding agent. I pushed and wove my way through the crowd. Outside, the night air whipped my hair as I searched. I spotted him a short distance off to the right. Can't miss a fellow in this town wearing a tunic with intricate gold embroidery. Without a second thought, I trailed after him, my heart pumping with both nerves and excitement.
Oi, lull him to sleep in there, did you? I swear I could hear a few of them rolling now.
Maestro Bertrand was moving quicker now, steering towards the disreputable side of town, known as the trenches. I quickened my pace. He must have made a wrong turn. What in the realm would he be doing here? Oh, yeah, sorry.
Oh, oi there, love. A few coins for a warm cuddle and I'll make you forget whatever it is you're chasing, yeah?
Easy there, lass. I appreciate the offer, truly, but I'm just passing through. Blast it, I lost him.
You're a fancy lad, are ya? I've got a mate. He's a right charmer if that's your saying.
Look, here's a wee token for you, lass. If you've seen some portly gent with a fine tunic come this way moments ago, point me in that direction, yeah?
Oh, I've seen that bloke you're after. A right rude one he was, if you ask me, innit? I'll be taking that off your hands and putting it close to me bosom for safekeeping.
Ugh.
He went round the other side of that shabby old alehouse with the crooked sign hanging low. If you hurry, you might catch him before he gets lost in the muck.
Right then.
Oh, and if you don't mind me saying, you're too good for the likes of him. Come find old Long-Tooth Sally when you're ready for a proper time.
Yeah. I quickly thanked her and sprinted towards the direction she'd pointed. A little too fast, I suppose. Stumbled around a corner and there he was, the maestro, deep in conversation with a rather nasty-looking fellow. I froze, heart racing as I scrambled for an escape. In a moment of desperation, I staggered over to a stack of nearby barrels, pretending to be a grogged-up simpleton. I moaned and groaned, taking a peek to see if they were watching. They were. Devoted to the deception, I unfastened my belt, leaned against the wall for a whiz. The shady guy shot me a withering glance before turning back to finish his business with the maestro.
It didn't go as planned. Lost a right good lot of them.
The shady man reached into his cloak and pulled out a scroll. Maybe some sort of parchment. In the dim light, hard to tell, but it was extremely old and weathered. Whatever it was, the maestro wasted no time rolling it open to check it over.
This one's going to take longer, I'm afraid. And we'll need a better crew. Can't have another bunch drop like flies. The milksops. I reckon a few seasoned hands ought to do. What do you say? Care to invest in a proper team this time?
Yes, whatever you need. You didn't read this, did you?
Seeing as I had to check it was real, caught a couple of words like ceremony and gift, or offering, just like you said it would be.
It got quiet, suddenly. I could feel their eyes on me, and that's when I realised I'd finished my whiz ages ago. I was just standing there with my bits in my hand. Just then, a black cat leapt onto one of the barrels beside me. What the
Was that you, my little pumpkin? Doing a little midnight meandering?
No secret shall slip through these whiskers, my lady.
Naughty boy. No matter. Your adventure is about to be revealed.
A proper team. Take care of it, and I expect the next one to be handled with more care.
Consider it done.
I sat up in the muck and wiped the mud from my eyes, only to see the maestro making his way toward me. I scrambled to pull myself together as best I could in the filth.
Need help, my boy? You seem a bit out of sorts. Had a drop too many?
How embarrassing. Please forgive the intrusion, Maestro Bertrand. Didn't mean to interrupt your meeting.
Do I know you, boy? Just a moment. You're that minstrel with the sorrowful ballad back at the Gale's End. You're quite good, you know. What business do you have here?
What? You like my song? I mean, I came to Gale's End specifically to find you, to get my music in front of you. It's been my dying wish to train under your brilliance and one day become an eternal legend like yourself, sir. You left and I was just trying to catch up with you. Before I knew it, I swear I wasn't eavesdropping on your business. Sounds like maybe you need some hard workers. I'm just a man. I'm not a drunk either. I got thrown off my balance by that cat there. Where'd it go?
Oh, never you mind that. I dabble in the collecting of antiquities, and had some old business to wrap up. Nothing quite as interesting as you, my dear boy. Yes, not a dry eye in the house, I recall. I wonder... Have you ever done anything like that before, boy?
Even with all the muck, the maestro put an arm round me, leading me out of the alley. Play in front of a crowd? Oh, I'm quite comfortable with that.
No, dear boy. Affected the environment with your music. Has anything odd or unusual ever occurred?
Oh, well, yeah, but I don't always mean for it to...
That's raw talent! I knew it the moment I saw you.
It is?
Undoubtedly. I am the expert on such things. Your genius is wasted at taverns. Those ruffians wouldn't recognize quality if it struck them squarely in the face. Let's get you some fresh garments, and, if you're not drunk, you should be. This is cause for celebration, dear boy, because a protege like you is just what I need.
Must we endure the tale of your entire adolescence? Finish this incessant rambling and get to the conclusion before my wife's patience wanes further.
You presume quite a bit, husband.
I believe our storyteller is simply laying the groundwork for a splendid finale, one that might be to all our satisfaction.
As Eternals, we can possess the luxury of patience when it suits us, can we not?
I find myself at odds with your newfound restraint, but perhaps I've been too hasty.
Don't worry, I can skip ahead a few years.
Yes, thank you. Please. How kind of you. Thank you. Esteemed guests, this final piece holds a special place in my heart. Drawing inspiration from recently recovered ancient texts, the melody, though unusual, plays a small part in a larger narrative and a much larger performance piece I'm preparing for the future. Enjoy the experience!
I stood in the shadows off the side of the stage. The maestro had brought my music to life this night. Pride swelled in my chest, but it was swiftly followed by an ache of frustration.
Well, what's his excuse this go round?
Oh, easy there, Sav. You might be a halfling, but you're feisty enough to give me a proper fright. Let's see, what did he say? Yes. We're in elven lands, lad. The fragile folk won't take kindly to you freezing them out of their performance. No, best you sit this one out, boy.
Ha! Last time, he claimed the dwarves were too stout and haughty to be impressed by your paltry parlor tricks.
You know I've gotten much better at controlling things with my music, don't you now?
Last I remember, honey, your playing was too melancholic for the Citadel, and the city nearly drowned themselves with ale in their sadness. Even so, Sugar, their standing ovation said it all. And yet, he's taken all the credit. What a load of griffin shit.
Lay off it, Sav. I let him.
At first, sure. I bet it felt like an honor to have his name on a song you wrote. Just look at how successful you've made his Symphony of the Stars. He hasn't even penned a single note on his own since you joined us, Finn.
Hey, that's not true. He came up with this odd little composition. Besides, he's been busy. You're a stagehand, you don't see how many hours he spends locked away in his carriage. I've been running rehearsals most nights now. He's working on something big, I can feel it.
Running rehearsals ain't the same as performing on stage, and you know it. And he could be sleeping in that wagon for all you know, you sweet fool.
He's not sleeping, Sav. He's been getting regular deliveries of parchment and books, I tell you. I've caught him meeting with folks of all sorts. Investors, I'm guessing. I even overheard him talking to himself about that special piece he just said he's writing, his Magnum Opus. Claimed it was going to be the biggest thing the world's ever seen.
He's disturbed.
He's a bit absorbed at the moment, but I think he'll come round soon.
Now, Sugar, look. Something's definitely bothering him.
She reached up and pointed my chin where she wanted me to look. The maestro was conducting on the main stage, same as always. But what really caught my eye was how preoccupied he seemed. Distracted, as if the performance was the last thing on his mind.
What do you think it is? He looks like he's about to jump out of his skin and fly to the moon. Hey, do you think he hears us talking about him?
Please be quiet.
Shh, no, that's not it, Sav. You know, he was complaining of a bellyache earlier today. He's likely coming down with something and just trying to push through the performance. You'll see.
If you say so, darling.
Relief washed over me when she finally dropped it and moved away. I felt guilty lying to her, but if I hadn't, she might have noticed the questionable looking lass on the opposite side of the stage. She was dressed as a stagehand, sure, but no labourer in the right mind would wear open-toed sandals. She looked familiar too, but I couldn't quite put my finger on where I'd seen those sable ringlets or copper freckles. And then it hit me. I'd seen her face come knocking about 4 months back, wanting to see the maestro. He'd never tell me exactly what his visitors were about. Oh, I pieced a few things together myself. Enough to know that he was obsessed with finding the pieces of some recently discovered ancient music. He'd probably take credit for that too. As the audience praised Maestro Bertrand for his genius, calling out his name, the seed of jealousy grew within me. Even if I could turn back time, I couldn't stop what happened next if I'd tried. Maestro.
Yes, it was a wonderful performance. Masterful work as always, Finn.
Thank you, but Maestro.
Not now, my boy. I have something of a pressing issue.
As do I.
My business cannot wait, dear boy. Step aside.
My business won't wait either, Maestro. If you don't explain why you're going to meet with that sable-headed investor or antique dealer, whoever she is. Why are you so busy these days, letting me run your troupe without you, yet you still perform my pieces when it really matters? I need an answer or I'll be taking my talents elsewhere.
Don't you dare threaten me, boy. We are so close. What I mean to say is the time is nearly here. Everything you've ever wanted. It's no secret you want to be a maestro like yours truly, yes?
Oh, don't give me that.
It's true, boy. That antique dealer I'm rushing to meet holds the final key to a masterpiece I've been writing. Writing for you.
And with that, my anger vanished.
Interesting. You're saying that if you had the chance to travel back in time and alter the course of events, you would not?
Alabaster, I hardly believe that information is necessary for us to reach a proper judgment.
If that's the case, I don't mind telling you. If I'd known then what I know now, I still wouldn't have changed a thing. I knew I was going to be important someday, and I knew he was the path that would lead me there. No one could have convinced me otherwise then.
And now?
I got a feeling we're about to find out. I'd always pictured my directorial debut in a setting that was a bit less awe-inspiring. I wrestled with my nerves as I made the walk from my wagon to the open amphitheatre.
Maestro Fenwick! Sir! We are running out of seating, and there are at least 50 more who say they have come from far off to see your performance. You do not want me to turn them away, do you?
No, Pascal. Grab a few of the troop, will you? Repurpose anything from our camp. Extra chairs, crates, hell, giant boulders. Maestro Bertrand said we only needed 100, but I'm sure he won't complain if there's more. Hurry now. Show's starting soon.
Oui, monsieur. Right away.
Emaine! Where's Emaine?
Here. I'm here, Fen. Oh, I mean, Maestro Fenwick.
Are we still on schedule?
Oui, monsieur. The crowd has been oohing and ahhing over a few falling stars overhead, but the star shower should be here any moment. By my guess, you've got somewhere between 10 to 15 minutes.
Brilliant.
Can I just say, Maestro, it's magnificent timing you have. Holding the performance in the Red Rocks Canyon of the Moonrise Overlook, they're going to go wild over the stars and eclipse. And your solo happening at the same time, they're going to go mad, they are.
Thank you, Emaine. That was all Maestro Bertrand's planning. It is going to be a grand debut, isn't it?
You'll have your pick of destinies after this. I'm sure of it.
Distinguished guests, we stand before you tonight under the vast expanse of this enchanting sky. You are no longer an audience. You are a gathering of souls. We are blessed to share in a truly extraordinary experience, one that promises to change all our lives forevermore. I bring to the stage my protege, the illustrious Maestro Fenwick! His presence here this evening will add to the magic of this performance, and for that, I extend my deepest gratitude. My troop knows well that I have toiled for long hours in solitude for many months. Tonight, we stand before you to unveil the masterpiece crafted for rulers by great masters of old, a revival of primeval musical technique that promises to be transcendental. And now, let the spectacle commence!
I glanced at the maestro, puzzled by that slip. There was no time to linger on it. He was focused on the performance, and so was I. The maestro conducted the left half of the symphony, while I conducted the right. As stars poured from the heavens and the ethereal glow of the moon waned, I let my lute sing. The symphony harmonised beautifully with my lute. I could feel the familiar tingle of magic at play, weaving threads that flowed from the surrounding red rocks to the waning moon. Maestro Bertrand had prepared us all. The audience would be bewitched by visuals of spectral images, ancient beings or dragons or some such appearing in the sky just as the music crests. I couldn't wait to see the audience's reaction. The final bit of moonlight faded to black, and a flash, a ring of blazing light surrounded the edge of the orb for the briefest of moments, before a dragon, frightful and formidable, emerged from a hole in the universe where the moon once was. A mighty roar came from the sky. The crowd's bewilderment ripped through the canyon. Then my heart leapt from my chest. This was the moment I'd lived for. Another dragon, and then another burst forth from the fissure. They circled the canyon, adorned by shooting stars against the darkened night. Haunting roars filled the air as if they were woven into the melody itself.
Sing for me, my darling!
I caught a glimpse of the maestro, totally baffled by his outburst I was. His face was wild with fervour and goosebumps prickled my arms. And then, screams. Screams the like of which I'd never heard before pierced the night. The sound echoed from the front row, but when I looked, the people just sat there, eerily calm, their faces blank, eyes glaze over as a massive beast glided overhead. And then horror washed over me as I realised it wasn't the front row screaming. Their mouths weren't even open. No, it was their souls. Their very souls wailing in terror as the dragon drew in their essences, leaving behind nothing but haunted shells. The weight of that realisation crushed me. It was more than just fear. It was the sound of lives being extinguished. These dragons were no illusion, and this was no performance. What in the name of all that's holy? What's happening? What are you doing? Why are you all still playing? Stop playing!
They can't, dear boy. They are under my control now. They will all be under my control.
I just stood there, dumbfounded, as dragons dove from the sky, each one a monstrous shadow against the star shower. They swooped low, feasting on the audience who sat helpless and unblinking. The chilling sounds of their soulless husks hitting the ground echoed like a sinister drumbeat, punctuating the ominous music. And I could only watch in horror. Why? Why this? Why me?
It's not a question of why, boy. I have orchestrated order out of chaos, and you were the instrument that made this ancient ritual possible.
I began to piece together all of Maestro Bertrand's secretive meetings, the deliveries of ancient parchments, and those hushed conversations that seemed to linger in the shadows. Even the pressure he placed on sponsoring the event in this very location, on this specific date. It all seemed just for show, but it was clear he had far deeper intentions. What was my part in all this? I had some power to affect things with my playing, but so did the maestro. The major difference was, I could do it before I knew I was doing it. He called me a natural. I just assumed he was blowing smoke up my arse. But maybe, what if I did have some skill with this power that he didn't? A dragon swooped low at the next row. I reacted without thinking, plucking a dissonant chord. Run! To my surprise, the dragon swiftly pitched to the left at the last moment. I'd meant for the people to run, but the dragon had fled instead. I wonder. I wove notes of longing into the melody, longing for home, longing for peace, longing for a return to the norm. I don't know what I was expecting. I just played and wished with all my heart that the dragons would soar back through the rift. Something told me if I didn't hurry, the eclipse would end and the rift would close.
What?
Sweet merciful heavens. The dragons were flying away, into the hole of the moon. Was that me? Was I the one doing this? With a wave of the maestro's arms conducting the orchestra to his every whim, I could feel the magic shift. I was losing control. He hadn't expected me to fight back, and his misstep gave me the chance to command the dragons back to whatever hell they came from. All but one.
And now, for the offering!
The final dragon plunged from the night sky, landing with a mighty thud at the foot of the stage. Smoke and shadow seemed to slough off its back scales like steaming blotches of inky acid. Its eyes pierced the gloom like fiery embers as it surveyed the scene with a chilling intensity. I was surely going to die, and maybe that's why, in that moment, my own words from the Gale's End Tavern played through my mind. Maybe that's why I wasn't afraid to keep fighting. I wielded my lute. All I had ever wanted was to share the stories I witnessed with the world through the magic of music.
Fool! Without me, you would still be in that pathetic tavern, and just like your woeful ballad, you will never amount to anything in this life. Your only purpose was to serve as the offering for my reign of order. Dragon, seize your pride!
The struggle for power between the maestro and me unfolded like a fierce duel, each note a weapon in our hands. I channeled my bittersweet song, cutting through the maestro's sinister melody, trying to wrest control from his grip. The air crackled with tension as the dragon moved closer between us. As soon as I'd reclaimed power over it, the maestro's dark influence would wrestle it back.
Isn't it uncanny, dear boy? Your own song, rich with sorrow, tells the tale of a bard who amounted to nothing until his very death. Your moment is here! Claim it, and your legacy will be woven into the fabric of my new rule. So play on if you must. This will be your farewell.
His words, they rang true. From the corner of my eye, I caught a glimpse of the dragon's mouth, opening wide, fire gathering in its throat. I'd spent my entire life weaving tales. Yet here I stood as a bard whose stories would soon fade in a puff of smoke. By the gods, it all made sense. My fate had been sealed from the very start.
Strum your lute! It will not save you from the inferno I have summoned!
You know the main difference between you and I?
What?
I've never been afraid to share the spotlight. You're right, I won't survive, but neither will you. As both the maestro and I were engulfed in dragon flame, I recounted the final verse from the song that started it all. I had written it about a bard who found something more than fame after death, as so many do. All my life I'd been living for that moment, but I'd had it wrong. This was the moment I'd die for. Well, look who it is. Were your ears on fire too?
You ignorant, misbegotten son of a pox-ridden whore!
Will this relentless breach of conduct never cease? Maestro Bertrand,
Miserable cur and harbinger of chaos. You have conspired against all of humanity and stolen countless souls that shall never know the sweet finality of our judgment. Nor shall you, until the last soul you have stolen find its way to us. Wander the void and be gone from our sight before I do worse.
Beg your pardon, Eternal. I don't understand. Where should I go?
I cannot, as long as it's not here. Now fuck off.
Do as you're bid, Maestro. Your filth stains my halls.
Right then. Well, I think that deserves drinks all round. And a quick call to old long-toothed Sally, innit?
Is there something on your mind, Aerith? Do not regard me with such a look.
Miserable cur and harbinger of chaos. You hardly seem yourself.
Says the Eternal in another body. I've endured more unpredictability today than I care to.
If you're quite finished, husband, I believe it is high time I pass judgment on our charming little storyteller. Fenwick, Maestro of Destiny and Master of None. I, Aerith...
One moment, wife. I'm not certain you're ready to pass judgment when you seem so... changed?
Excuse me? You're the one who...
If I may be so bold, I believe I have a solution that could benefit us all.
Us all? Are you in need of a solution, Chronicler?
Well...
Have we not provided for your every need to satisfaction? I'm waiting.
Oh, there she is.
Mistress, I desire for nothing. Yet I cannot remain here. I am a chronicler for a timeline that does not prevail in this realm.
Oh, you're a chronicler?
Yes. As a teller of stories, I'd say we are remarkably similar. We may have differences in our nature and mannerisms. However, one might claim the contrast in our roles should be indiscernible. Would you not agree, Oregon?
I'm beginning to see your point, though it will take some getting used to. Apologies, dearest. You were about to pass judgment.
Yes, I was, dearest. It seems we find ourselves in need of a chronicler. Fenwick, Maestro of Destiny and Master of None. For as long as you're willing, I decree that you shall serve as our Master of Stories. Recognition and acclaim eluded you in life. Let it now meet you in eternity.
Oh my. I'm grateful beyond words.
Another lifetime calls to me, but it is clear. I leave you all in masterful hands. I will miss you all dearly.
Farewell, friend.
Farewell, Alabaster. And do check in on Vocifera for me.
Wait, what?
And so begins a new season of Fables. May fortune be at Alabaster's side. Could he always do that with the portal? That's a neat trick, that. The Eternals have some matters to sort out. I can't help but wonder what transpired before I got here. On a lighter note, it appears I've found a permanent gig, with a new audience to share stories with. And what is to become of the remaining demonic dragon, or the Maestro's wandering soul, trapped between life and death? Perhaps we'll find out when we meet again, in another Fables from the Forgotten.
Hi there. Welcome back. Today, we're going to paint a little masterpiece. Something inspired by our dear friends over at Fables from the Forgotten. Now let's start with a nice blank canvas and a fun idea inspired by my special friend, Josh McGinnis. We'll call this Magnum Opus. Go ahead and imagine it. Perfect. Now let's get some Dungeon Studios titanium white on the palette. This is our foundation. Good folks make all this possible. Just a dab on your little brush, and let's sweep in a bright horizon. Ah, that's nice. But we can't forget to direct where this painting is going. Let's add a strong guiding hand with a little Michael Riley blue and a dash of Bailey Martin burnt sienna. Just let it glide right in, steering the whole scene. Beautiful. Every great painting needs some structure, so we'll build our world with some mighty Amber Davies ochres. Just tap her in there. See how she forms the framework of our little world? The colors work together beautifully. Happy little words live here. Next, let's add some sound. Oh, I love this part. We'll bring in Michael Riley Violet for the bass and some gold for texture. Just listen to how they hum together, like the wind whispering through happy little trees. Now, every painting needs life, so we're going to populate it with some happy little characters. Let's start with the voice cast. Take some Tyree maps in warm yellow. He's our host, the storyteller guiding us through the journey. Place him right in the middle of the canvas. There we go. Perfect. And now for some depth. We'll mix in a little Tim Roberts as Oregon and Piper McCrory as Aerith for the darker tones, bringing in the drama. Add Robert Hartley as Fenwick for light and color. Oh, it just sparkles, don't it? And of course, we need some texture with Bailey Martin as Willa and Carter Reading as Maestro Bertrand. We'll name this spooky tree Sophia Stefanovich as Long Tooth Sally. So spooky. Right at the base, we'll dab in a tiny Sam Quintenton as Blue-Eyed Liam. He's just a little guy. Up in the sky, we'll just throw in a Sarah Crawford as Saf, and the Upright Man as Pascal. They're friends. Last but not least, we'll tie everything together with a Joanna Grotenhouse as Imani. Together, they create a landscape of voices. Each one unique, each one essential. Now, we can't forget the music, can we? Let's add a soft melody in the background. Fenwick's Song, written and performed by William Lanham. That's me. I can still hear the sweet, sultry voice of Esteban Senzeg. He's right here in my pocket. Boop. And there it is. Our painting is done. A little piece of Fables from the Forgotten brought to life, created by so many talented hands. Isn't it something? A world where stories come alive. Every name, every voice, every stroke on the canvas has its place. Thanks for joining me. Until next time, happy painting and happy listening. Don't forget to clean your brush. Beat the devil out of it.